How to know if you are around counterfeit connections or connections that no longer serve you, meaning they need to go and be left in the past. So if you are around people that sway you from anything that you're doing that is productive and that God has wanted for you to do, that's one sign. Then if they begin to downplay your beliefs, so meaning if you say, I'm not going to do, I'm not going to steal. If they try to convince you of why you should do it and why you need to do it and why it's okay to do it, that's another sign that they are not for you, but they are literally against you and they're trying to plot your downfall. If they try to come against you when God has told you to do a particular thing, say fasting, and they say, why would, knowing if a connection is from God and not from God. So you're going to have to pay attention to their fruit, meaning the things that they do and what are the outcomes, the type of motives that they have, the way they walk, talk, act, dress, those type of things. So if you have people that are around you that pull you away from God, that's a sure sign right there. So if God has you doing something specific and they don't agree with it, they will come at you in a way of belittling you and making you feel unsure about what it is that you're doing. Meaning, say if God wanted you to go and give a homeless person $3 and the person could be, no, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to give my hard-earned money to somebody that's not doing this, that's not doing that. But if God placed it on your heart to do so, then you do that, meaning you are being obedient to the voice of the Lord. And then this person is saying, no, that's dumb, that's stupid, I wouldn't do that. So what, they're on the street because they want to be. So they begin to make it like a conflict. They become very combative with you because you are sowing and doing things for God. Say if you're going on a fast and you let them know and you tell them, or they just happen to find out, because you're not supposed to tell people when you're fasting, give or take, unless God directs you. So say if someone, or you let them know that you're going on a fast, so you can't do this and do that, and they can say, well, what kind of God are you serving that will cause you not to eat? Don't you need to eat? Don't you need water and food to function? What kind of God will lead you to do something like that? Like, those are the type of tactics and the games that they will use to make you start thinking like, well, yeah, he wants us to eat and be nourished, and yeah, he provides for us so that we can eat. So yeah, I know he said don't eat, but I feel like you're right. Like, if he gives us food to eat, we should eat. But if I don't eat, it leaves you into that state of what? Confusion. Who is the author of confusion? The enemy, the adversary. God is not the author of confusion, because if you go back and read in the Bible, he speaks about turning down your plate and fasting on many different occasions, and what it was for, and what he needed you to do. It was to weaken your flesh. So if you don't turn down your plate, your flesh won't become weak. So those are some of the tactics that the enemy or a counterfeit person will use to stay off track. It's just like if someone used to be a smoker and then they have people around them that are smokers. You can be like, oh, I haven't smoked in, X amount of time. They can be like, oh, well, you ain't smoked. You can have some. You can partake in this because you haven't smoked in so long. It's all right. You'll be good. Then they pressure you into smoking or drinking. Oh, man, you ain't drinking so long. It's cool. You'll be all right. You're doing good. I'm proud of you. But then once you take that hit or you take that drink, oh man, I thought you didn't smoke no more. Oh, I thought you didn't drink no more. You see the tactics that they use? It's like, it's manipulation to get you in a place, and then they try to condemn you. They try to get you into a place to where you feel like what you're doing, you feel like it's dumb and it's stupid. and you know that God told you not to do something, but you're trying to be cool, or you're trying not to be too extra or too religious because you're just trying to have a good time. But God has set these things in play for a purpose. Just like an exit plan at school when a fire breaks out. Remember, if you were in elementary or high school too, you would have to do like these certain drills. So if a fire happens or emergency, you would know where to go and what to do. Those rules were set because it was important in the dangerous situation. So just like the rules that God sets for you, it is very serious. So an emergency situation, that's everyday life for you because you're always warring and fighting every day. Those plans have to be set, because if not, in the school, they're going to be burnt up. So those are some indicators to how the enemy is manipulating some of you, because you feel like, I've done it before, so I just might as well keep doing it. No. If God is leading you from it, it's for a reason and for a purpose. And even how some people feel as though, I have the thought like, maybe I should stop eating meat. Or maybe I should just, cut back on drinking. Or maybe I should drink more water. Or maybe instead of drinking like vodka, maybe I should just start just drinking red wine. Pay attention to those things, because it is God trying to nudge you to get you to change certain things that are beneficial to you. There's chains that he will take you through to get you to wherever it is he needs for you to be. And that looks different for everybody. Some people can't drink milk because they're literally lactose intolerant, but then some people literally can't drink milk because their body is starting to reject milk. It just makes them feel sick. Then some people have to stop drinking milk because it inflames their asthma. Or some people have to stop drinking milk because God has just told them milk is not good for you in this time and in this season. So you see what I'm saying? It's many different categories of why somebody can't do something, and God could have told them all of those things that I listed, but the backing of why could be different. But it is to respect why something has to be the way it is. And somebody that is really for you will understand, okay, well, how can I help? You don't drink milk? Okay, then what do you drink? Okay, let's try. Can you have soy? Can you have almond milk, rice milk, oat milk? What's your alternative? What do you do? They will try and they will go out their way to make sure that they accommodate you. Meaning they understand, okay, if you're coming somewhere specifically and you don't drink milk, hey, I got almond milk. Maybe you can have this if you can have it. You see what I'm saying? They suggest the things that you are already on the track of doing, instead of trying to pull you back into something that God does not want you in. Okay, so remember that. How to know the counterfeits from the real thing. The counterfeits will pull you away from God. The right connections will pull you closer to God and your purpose in life.